Now I'd like to introduce our witnesses today and allow each of them 5 minutes to give their opening statement. First, we have Mr. Regis William Riley, National Commander, American Veterans. Commander Riley, you're recognized for 5 minutes to present your opening statement.
Thank you, Chairman Isaac and Chairman Takano, and honorable members of the House and Senate Committees on Veterans Affairs. I appreciate the opportunity to present you with the 2019 legislative priorities and policy recommendations of AMVETS. I am Commander Riley, and I reside in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, along with my wife, Dee, who is an ardent advocate for veterans and is a past AMVETS National Ladies Auxiliary President, and our son, Corey. For 75 years, AMVETS has been leading a voice in the veterans advocacy work. AMVETS is the most inclusive, congressionally chartered veteran service organization. Our membership is open to both active duty military and honorably discharged veterans. In the past year, AMVETS has doubled down in the efforts to work for veterans in a way that's second to none. We have assembled a world-class team of veteran advocates with significant expertise in healthcare, benefits administration, and policy work on Capitol Hill. The three most pressing issues AMVETS plans to address this Congress are mental health care crisis and suicide epidemic, the critical needs of women veterans, and providing timely access to high-quality health care. Our nation's veterans could not be sending a clearer message that VA mental health care is not working for them than by killing themselves in VA parking lots. According to the Washington Post, in just a year leading up to November 2018, 19 veterans committed suicide in VA campuses. A Marine Colonel, Jim Turner, killed himself in a Bay Pines VA Medical Center parking lot just weeks before Christmas. Dressed in his uniform blues and bearing his medals, he left us with this message, and I quote, "I bet if you look at the 22 suicides a day, you will see VA screwed up in 90%. And on a personal note, just 3 days ago, an AMVETS commander of a post in Annville, PA, at the age of 35, committed suicide right in front of his AMVET post. In the last year, more than 6,000 veterans died as a result of suicide. Marine Corps, Navy, and SOCOM suicides are at a 10-year high. Despite record numbers of veterans killing themselves on VA campuses and record expenditures by VA to address mental health, VA continues to insinuate that veterans killing themselves have not participated in VA care. Let me be clear. What we are doing is not working. To start fixing this problem, you have to own the problem. The accountability starts here today. We're pleased that President Trump recently signed an executive order to address this. However, the devil is still in the details. AMVETS is asking Congress to work with us and end the status quo. As such, we are requesting the creation of a bicameral roundtable or task force that meets every other month and quarterly congressional hearings on the effort to get to the root of its cause and to right the ship. Addressing the many challenges facing our female veterans is a top priority for AMVETS. The House task force that was recently created to address issues specific to women veterans represents a step in the right directions. AMVETS are looking forward to working with Congresswoman Brownlee and other task force members in finding solutions to the problems faced by our women heroes. In the coming weeks, AMVETS will be working with members of Congress to introduce legislation that creates a holistic approach to research, hopefully a thorough understanding of the problems encountered by our women in uniform. The VA has pledged to serve our veterans' health care needs, but the challenges veterans must overcome to obtain these care depends on factors specific to their situation. As such, we are currently working on legislation that will help us reach out to veterans in our rural areas, who are served by the VA, but have not utilized VA care for an extended period of time. Even though these veterans are not there and out of sight, they should not be out of mind. Additionally, AMVETS opposes the so-called access standards the VA recently released. By simply changing a word, or, to "and," the VA has made it so veterans would still need to travel unreasonable distances or wait months to see a medical professional. Such access would undermine the intent of Congress in passing the act. And lastly, we are now several months into developing AMVET's Switch for Freedom program, a first-of-its-kind nationwide program in which our members and posts are receiving counseling support and special access to products and incentives to switch from smoking to vaping. According to a November 2018 American Cancer Society statement, research has found that e-cigarette use is likely to be significantly less harmful than smoking regular cigarettes. And as such, one of the clearest health gains we can have for our veterans is to immediately get them off of smoking combustible cigarettes by way of vaping, using patches, or whatever method works best for them. We need VA to take this issue more seriously. Chairman Isaacson and Takano and members of the committee, I would like to thank you once again for the opportunity to present the issues concerning AMVETS, our active duty personnel, and veterans from all around the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Riley.